Everyone, GrimmChorizo here. This is Ringside Predictions, where I give you my predictions for the upcoming WWE pay-per-view. This weekend we've got NXT Takeover Toronto and Survivor Series. So let's go ahead and start off with NXT Takeover. Ty Dillinger versus Bobby Roode. This one I could see going either way, but I'm going to go with Bobby Roode. They're both from Canada, and it's going to be in Canada, so that's pretty awesome for them and for the fans. I think that both guys could use the win. I don't think Bobby Roode has really lost a match yet. Ty Dillinger could definitely use the win, but I think that Bobby Roode is the one who they have bigger plans for, maybe moving towards the NXT title at some point in the near future, so I think that Bobby Roode will get the win. The finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, the Authors of Pain versus TM61. This is another one I could see going either way, but I'm going to go with the Authors of Pain, because I think later on there will be something involving the tag titles, and I think that they're going to want the Authors of Pain to be going for those titles. And they're so dominant, it's going to be hard for them to lose. I think that they have... I mean, TM61 is good, don't get me wrong, but I think that they're going to have a big, strong, dominant heel team like the Authors of Pain win this year and go on to fight for the tag team titles down the line. So I'm going to go with Authors of Pain. The Revival versus DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, for the NXT Tag Team titles in a 2 out of 3 falls match. This match is going to be fucking phenomenal. Their one at NXT Takeover Brooklyn was so good. It had me on the edge of my seat, standing up, yelling at the TV. Just amazing. Both these teams are great. I can't wait for this match. And I think the Revival are going to drop the titles to Gargano and Ciampa. That goes along with me saying that I think Authors of Pain are going to win, because DIY are, good babyface team. Now the Authors of Pain, these big, dominant monster heels, can challenge for the titles. So that's what I think. I think DIY is going to get the titles. I don't think Revival's going to go up to the main roster yet, but pretty soon, because they've got a pretty damn solid tag team division in NXT as it is, and the Revival could definitely go to the main roster, and I think it could benefit the main roster having a team like the Revival. They've definitely grown on me over the past few months. Asuka defending the NXT Women's Championship against Mickie James. This is going to be awesome. Mickie James was one of my favorites back in the day, and to hear that she's going to be coming back to wrestle Asuka is going to be amazing. Without question, I think Asuka retains the title. It doesn't make sense for Mickie to win unless she's going to stick around in NXT, and I see this as just a one-time thing to give Asuka a big win, give us a cool, awesome kind of dream match you never knew you wanted. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be great to see Mickie again in WWE. And who knows, maybe she'll end up on the main roster for a short run. I think it would be awesome, but I think Asuka's going to win the title, or not win the title, retain the title, and then eventually, maybe keep going through a few women legends, kind of like Mickie, and then eventually she'll drop the title to like an Ember Moon or something like that. And the main event of TakeOver, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Samoa Joe. The build to this match has been phenomenal. Seriously. You had them wrestle at Brooklyn. It goes on. Samoa Joe fakes a face turn like, I respect you. Then he destroys Nakamura, hurts his neck. Then he's just demanding that Regal give him the title or give him a match with Nakamura right then and there. Shinsuke's off TV for a while. Joe just destroys people during their matches, really to send a statement. Nakamura comes back, takes off the neck brace. They brawl week in, week out, and here they are. This match is going to be amazing. And the build has been so good. I think Shinsuke retains, and I think Samoa Joe goes to the main roster very soon. So yeah, I think NXT TakeOver Toronto is going to be great. Very excited for it. But now let's move over to Survivor Series. Brian Kendrick defending the Cruiserweight title against Kalisto. Brian Kendrick on Raw, Kalisto on SmackDown. This is for the Cruiserweight title, and if Kalisto wins, the entire Cruiserweight division goes to SmackDown. I think Kalisto wins, mainly because WWE is doing a show called 205 Live, a Cruiserweight-only show that's going to take place after SmackDown on Tuesdays. So it makes perfect sense that the Cruiserweight division would go to SmackDown. Then they would just, have SmackDown, then do all the Cruiserweight stuff. Also, part of SmackDown after SmackDown. So I think Kalisto wins the title, the division moves to SmackDown, and hopefully it will be used better there. But this match should be really fun. The Miz defending the Intercontinental title against Sami Zayn. Miz on SmackDown, Sami Zayn on Raw. There's the chance that the Intercontinental title could go to Raw, and any other time I would say I want Sami Zayn to win the Intercontinental Championship, but SmackDown needs the IC title. If it goes to Raw, then Raw has the US, Intercontinental, and Universal. It would have both the mid-card titles. they don't need that, and it would really hurt SmackDown. I think Miz retains. Miz just won the title from Ziggler this week, which was a surprising title change. I think they wanted it so maybe he could cheat to win to kind of still protect Sami Zayn. So I think Miz retains the title. It stays on SmackDown. I'd love for Sami Zayn to find his way over to SmackDown soon, but I don't know if that's going to happen. The first of 3 Survivor Series elimination matches. This one, a 10-on-10 tag team elimination match. Team Raw consisting of Enzo and Cass, Gallows and Anderson, The New Day, The Shining Stars, and Cesaro and Sheamus, taking on Team SmackDown consisting of American Alpha, Heath Slater and Rhino, The Hype Bros, The Usos, and Breezango. This is going to be a clusterfuck, but I think it will be very entertaining. I mean, 10-on-10, now there's going to be 20 guys out there. And, you know, if a team is eliminated, both members are sent to the back. These 3 elimination matches, I've been going back and forth on what team I think is going to win. I think that they've done a great job of making Survivor Series really interesting again with this brand split and this brand warfare. I've always loved that stuff, Raw versus SmackDown, and now we're getting 3 matches of it. And this tag team one should be, like I said, it's probably going to be a cluster, but I think it's going to be very fun to watch, very entertaining, and it will hopefully be a good job for these teams to really show what they've got. I think that Team SmackDown will win this one because it feels like Team SmackDown is more on the same page. Yeah, the Usos and Heath Slater and Rhino don't like each other. The Usos are like heel and they don't really like anyone. Breezango is the fashion police now, and they probably think that the rest of their team are uggos. But they seem like they can work together better than Raw. Enzo and Cass and Gallows and Anderson have intentions. The New Day and Gallows and Anderson and Cesaro and Sheamus not even on the same page. So I think that Team SmackDown's going to get the win because they're just a more cohesive unit. 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination for the women. Team Raw consisting of Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Nia Jax, and Alicia Fox, taking on Team SmackDown consisting of Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, and Carmella. Those are some great teams. This is another one that's hard to predict. I mean, Raw's got Charlotte and Sasha and Bayley and Nia and Alicia, which I like Alicia, it's just she's not really protected. Nia is, you know, the dominant monster of the women's division. Charlotte is the most protected women of the women's division. Bayley and Sasha, also 2 that they want to protect, I would think. But then SmackDown's got Nikki, got the women's champ Becky, Alexa, Carmella, who they've done really good stuff with lately, and Naomi, who has gotten to really showcase her athletic ability a lot. So it's going to be a great match, great both teams, and it's hard to predict, but I'm going to go with SmackDown. I think SmackDown's going to win the tag team one and the women's one. I think that, once again, it's going to kind of come down to Charlotte just not being able to get along. It's going to be Raw can't really get along as well, and I think SmackDown is just going to be able to get it together. I think SmackDown's going to get the win. Then you've got the men's Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw consisting of Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Braun Strowman, taking on Team SmackDown consisting of AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Shane McMahon, Bray Wyatt, and Randy Orton. When Shane McMahon was added to the team and Corbin was taken out, I was disappointed. I thought that with Baron Corbin on that team, it really felt like super legit. And now with Shane McMahon, it feels a lot less legit. However, this match, I'm super excited for. I've liked the way they built it up. Great teams. They're not just doing the thing where they're like throwing some mid-carders in there. They're taking their best guys and putting them on these teams, which is exactly what they need to do. This is another one. It was hard to predict, but I'm going with Team Raw. Raw is still the flagship in their mind, even though SmackDown's been providing the better show almost every week. They'll want Raw to be the strong one. They've got Roman Reigns, a guy who they always book strong. They've got Braun Strowman, a guy who has never lost, and if he gets eliminated, it's going to be by disqualification or something like that. And then SmackDown, you know, James Ellsworth is the mascot. He could easily cost one of them an elimination or something. I just think Raw's going to get the win because WWE still views Raw is the best. We have to make it the best. And we'll give SmackDown the other 2 wins, but this is the one that matters, and we're going to give it to Raw. I would much prefer SmackDown to win, but you've also got a story made here. Undertaker said that if Raw doesn't lose and SmackDown doesn't win, he's going to be pissed and he's going to go after Team SmackDown. So if SmackDown loses, you've got a story of Undertaker going after each of these guys, and specifically AJ Styles versus The Undertaker. Hell yes, I want that. So I think Raw wins, and I think it leads to a storyline involving The Undertaker for Team SmackDown. And the main event, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. I gotta be honest, I just don't care about this match. We saw it years ago, it sucked. Now, they're both older. Brock Lesnar cares even less. Well, actually, maybe cares a little bit more, but not much. I just think it's not going to be very good. I think it's going to be better than their last match, because how can you be worse? Maybe I'll be blown away. Or maybe I'll be, proven wrong. But I don't really care. I think Brock Lesnar wins because he's fucking Brock Lesnar. If they have Goldberg, a 50-year-old man who hasn't stepped in a ring for 12 years, beat him, then they're just fucking retarded. And I think this is kind of Goldberg's last match. Maybe he'll do one more after this. But like I said, I hope it proves me wrong and it's really good. But I think Brock Lesnar wins. So thanks for watching my predictions for NXT TakeOver Toronto and Survivor Series. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next month for TLC. See you later.